If you're looking for coins for packs or players like you see on the screen, visit my friends at thegamekeys.co.uk. Use Nick at checkout for 5% off all of your PlayStation, Microsoft, or PC coin orders. What's up, boys, and welcome to episode 2 of my new mini-series. Episode 1 of my favorite center backs of Ultimate Team 14 went off a bomb. You guys liked it, and thank you for liking the video and watching the video. So I'm hoping I can carry that trend on into this video, and without further ado, boys, if you haven't seen the first episode, go watch it. I'll leave a link in the description below. The gist of this series is I go over my favorite players from Ultimate Team 14 by position, and then we look at either their leaked Ultimate Team 15 stats or my predictions, and sometimes I don't even look at the card because I don't know how the player did in real life through the season to make a proper prediction. So moving into the first card of the episode, boys, it's always going to be the Team of the Year TOTY Alves, also because he's just the highest rated. I'm sure I'm going to have a lot of naysayers here, guys, but in my opinion, this is the best right back in the entire game. Ignore the high-low work rates because to me, with these stats, this guy just gets up and down the field like a boss. Yes, he plays at right wing a lot, but he comes back and defends like a tank. He features in one of my favorite teams in the entire game, and if I have time, I want to do one last video for you guys of my favorite Ultimate Team teams from this year. Nevertheless, if you have 2 million coins burning a hole in your pocket and you want to try out the best right back in the game, go get him. And as you can see on the screen, his Ultimate Team 15 card has had a significant drop, and that really is because of his play for the Barcelona team and the national team. He hasn't had a great year, so we're definitely not going to be spoiled with another Team of the Year Alves, but I still think this card will feature in my Brazilian team that I build next year. Next up, we're moving to the highest rated left back that's in my favorites, and it is Leighton Baines. Now, that doesn't mean he's my #1 favorite left back in the game. That's reserved for someone else. But this card is in the top 5 at the very least. I started using him when I did an Everton squad builder, and I have actually now pushed him into almost every single one of my BPL teams, English national teams that I build. Over 500,000 coins is on the high side, but I would recommend him, guys. He's one of the most well-rounded left backs. He scored 2 goals for me in the time that I used him. And as you can see, his Ultimate Team 15 card is just as well-rounded, and someone that I'm sure I'm going to pack throughout Ultimate Team 15, and I'll keep him in my club the whole time. Now, next up is my favorite left back in the entire game, Team of the Season, TOTY Alaba. I've used him a lot through this entire year, especially when there's been so many great Bundesliga players out. But most recently, I used him in an Austrian national team that I built and won the Gold Cup with, and I used him on 6 chemistry at left mid, and he was a god. Now, that's of course no great surprise with the stats that he has. His free kicks are godly, guys, both on net and for corners. And for under 400,000 coins, highly recommended. I think he was actually going for about 200,000 coins during the Bundesliga Team of the Season. And as you can see on the screen, there are my predicted stats. There have been no leaked TOTY Alaba cards yet, but I definitely think EA is going to give him another little bump to 84. He's going to get a boost in pace, a boost in defending, dribbling, and passing mostly. And I do think his physical stats are going to be on the low side, but he'll be a fantastic card to use, no doubt. And still on left backs, this was actually my second favorite left back in the entire game until I used the Team of the Season Baines. Now I think he's dropped into 3rd place. Nevertheless, Inform Marcelo and the regular Marcelo are fantastic left backs to use. Whether it's a Brazilian team, a BBVA team, a Real Madrid team, a hybrid, use him and you will not regret it. He's fantastic. He feels way better than 83 pace. And his shooting from distance is incredible too. Now, as you can see, his Ultimate Team 15 stats look pretty decent. I do wish they gave him a little bit more pace. He's definitely faster than the 81 pace that they give him. And I do feel he has better than 67 shooting, especially the shots he gets on target for Madrid. But I love that 79 physical stat. So it means he's going to be strong on the ball and really, really nice. My only worry, guys, is the Roberto Carlos that EA is releasing for Ultimate Team 15. And in a Brazilian team that I build it every year. Roberto Carlos is now going to replace Marcelo. Moving now to my second favorite right back actually to use, Seamus Coleman. This card being pack pulled is of course yet another special card to me, but he is absolutely incredible. In the BPL, he's absolutely the best right back. To be honest with you, I have no idea how expensive he is, but I'd highly recommend you buy him. Now, as you can see, his Ultimate Team 15 stats, they're a little surprising to me. The year that he's had, I thought for sure EA would kind of keep him at the 80 rated, maybe as a shiny gold, but as of right now, They may upgrade him later on in the year, but his stats are a little lackluster in my opinion. Moving to a left back that I wish was still in the La Liga BBVA, the newly kind of in form Eliseu. This regular card when he was at Malaga was absolutely incredible, and honestly, other than the inform Marcelo, in my opinion, even better than the inform Alba and regular Alba was his regular card. Strong link to Ronaldo, strong link to Pepe, links up in the BBVA perfectly. I loved using him, so I kind of wish this card was still with the Malaga team. But hey, I've used him quite a bit in my Portuguese teams and in my Portuguese national team, and he's a god. A big part of that is his medium work rates. Now, I don't really know how well he's done in the year. I think he's playing more in the midfield for Benfica, so I don't really know. I'm not going to predict a card for him because it would be wrong. The stats would make no sense, and I'd be bullshitting you guys. Now, this card has been featuring in my team since he came out. The team of the season, Luke Shaw, is just incredible, guys. He's so overpowered. It's crazy. He's definitely in my top 5 of left backs I've ever used, and of course, just look at his stats. In terms of defensive stats, he's absolutely incredible. 6'1" makes him a little bit clunky as a wing back, but he's still great, and I'd highly recommend him. Even for 500,000 coins, he really performs. Now, as you can see on the screen, this is actually my predicted Ultimate Team 15 Luke Shaw. Now, I'm really basing this more on his move to United. He really hasn't done too much at United yet, or really featured too much, but I just think this is going to be another card that gets that little bump from EA into the gold, probably shiny card status, because of kind of the hype around him. Let me know in the comments below if you think that's a fair card, if you think that's what's going to be released. I'm sure there'll be a lot of people that disagree. Now, the in-form Patrick Van Aanholt is a card I've used almost all year long. To think I bought him in early December for 150,000 coins. I think he's going for almost $1 million now. He's absolutely incredible, guys. He features in my Dutch team. I've used him in the Eredivisie, obviously. He's just a monster. Almost 200 games played with this card, and if this card is as good as I'm hoping it will be in Ultimate Team 15, I'm not going to make a prediction because I don't really know again how well he's done. I think he's at Sunderland now. He might still be a silver is what I'm thinking, but he's going to feature in the Dutch team as long as his stats are close to this and he performs as well as he did for me this year. And almost exactly to Inform Van Aanholt is Inform Van Rijn. The same opinion, the same purchase price in terms of being super cheap and buying him right when he came out. I've used him again for almost 150 games. And again, unless Gregory Vandervelde gets a really nice boost in his card stats, I'm probably going to be using this guy in my Dutch team next year as well. But I'm not going to make a prediction card on a player I don't know how he did really in the year. Now, here's the first bronze of my favorite left backs and right backs of Ultimate Team 14. This card might not surprise or might surprise a lot of people, but he is an absolute god, completely worth the price tag in my opinion. The team of the season, DeAndre Yedlin. Now, as far as I know, he's at Spurs or he's moved to Spurs. I don't know if they've reloaned him back to the Seattle Sounders. I'm not entirely sure, so don't hate on me for this. But again, based around his hype, guys, as you can see on the screen, I think he's going to be a pretty high-rated silver card next year with crazy pace and probably the same defending that you see on his bronze card. And if this card is anywhere near what my predictions show on the screen, he's going to cost a bomb through the first few months of Ultimate Team 15. Now, this next left back features for me in my wager team with my team of the season company, etc. But Gael Clichy is just insanely overpowered. He's got all the pace you would ever ask for down the left. He's got great defending, much better than 79 in my opinion. And I'm not too surprised by his Ultimate Team 15 card stats in terms of him dropping a little bit. He didn't really do too much for City throughout the year, but I think it's still going to be a great card to use and someone that will feature in my club. And almost identical to Clichy is the next player that's featured all year long in my wager team is Kyle Walker. Yet another player that just plays way better than his stats and honestly rivals the team of the year, TOTY Alves, in terms of being one of the best right backs in the game. And although his Ultimate Team 15 stats have dropped, he still looks like he's going to be an insanely good card next year. Now, these next few cards, I'm going to go through a little bit quicker because I haven't really watched them in real life. And again, I don't have a formulated opinion on telling you guys what I think they're going to be for Ultimate Team 15 in terms of stats. But I loved using them this year. They're so overpowered, and we're kind of moving now into the non-shiny golds and silvers and bronzes. Some cards I think you guys will be surprised by, and you should try out if you haven't used them yet. Starting off with Abdoulaye Konko. Now, there are a lot of non-shiny right backs that people use. That Mariano is one of them. I don't see people use this guy enough, and you should try him. He's absolutely incredible. 6 feet tall for a right back is good. Medium work rates is even better. And with the same work rates but a silver is this god, guys. Fagner is incredible. Now, in terms of usability, I would use the one that's in the Bundesliga. I can't remember what team he played for, Wolfsburg or Hamburg or something like that. But other than Inform Piszczek and maybe Team of the Year Lahm, this card in the Bundesliga is probably the best right back in the league. Maybe Dika Meyer rivals him as well. Pace is king, guys, down the wing. You need to realize that. And again, this next card you're going to look at and be like, oh my god, it's more pace, Nick. But Chimanga, the Belgian left back god, has been incredible for the last, I think, 3 years for me in my Belgian teams. Jan Vertonghen got an man of the match, and I'm still using this card. Yes, it's because he's pacey. Don't look at this and think, you've only played one game. I repurchased him recently. But he is defensively incredible, guys. With a Guardian Chem style, you boost his dribbling and his defending, and he feels absolutely great. Don't judge a book by its cover and think I'm just using him for his pace. I am using him for his pace, but he's overpowered in so many senses of the word. This card's going to be a bit of a surprise to you guys. Now, Gaddis I've actually used quite a bit in my MLS teams. He's pack pulled, and again, pace helps out a lot, but he holds his own, guys. And I really think the left backs and right backs that I'm liking a lot, especially the lower rated ones, are the ones that have medium work rates. Kind of the ones that stay back, but still help out a little bit in the midfield. I love these types of cards. And finally, boys, and really the biggest surprise for me is this gentleman. Now, do you even know who it is before I clicked on him? Trimmel. An absolute beast, guys, and I've used him only recently, and he's actually made it into my favorite left backs and right backs in Ultimate Team 14. Why? Because I use him in my Austrian team, and he helped us win the Gold Cup. 4-star skills are so fun to use at left back and right back, and he got the sickest assist I've ever had in a game. I won't explain it because it'll take me a while, but he's just a beast. And there we have it, boys. Video 2 of my favorite players in Ultimate Team 14 is done and dusted. As usual, I'm sure this video is going to take me a fuck ton of time to edit. I'm assuming 4 to 5 hours, so Nick, I'm sorry if you're looking at me, looking at you, looking at me editing this shit. But if you guys appreciate the work that goes into this video and like the video, smash the like button. It would really help me out. And I lied at the end of the last video saying we're going into the midfield, but now for video 3, if time is available and I can do it, we'll be moving into CDM, center mid, center attacking mids. And let me know in the comments below if you're still watching the video, what left backs and right backs are your favorites from Ultimate Team 14. And as always, we'll catch you on the bloody flip side. Peace, boys.